There are three fundamental chordate characters. All the chordates possess three outstanding unique characteristics at some stage in their life history. These three fundamental morphological features include: number one, dorsal hollow or tubular nerve cord. Number two, a longitudinal supporting rod-like notochord. Number three, a series of pharyngeal gill slits. These three distinctive features which set chordates apart from all other phyla are so important that each merits a short description of its own. In the next section, I will explain this on whiteboard, while making the diagram. But here I want to explain in words. So kindly listen this. Number one is dorsal hollow nerve cord. The central nervous system of the chordates is present dorsally in the body. It is the form of a longitudinal hollow or tubular nerve cord lying just above the notochord and extending lengthwise in the body. The nerve cord or neural tube is derived from the dorsal ectoderm neural plate of the embryo and encloses a cavity or canal called neurocele. There are no distinctive ganglionic enlargements. The nerve cord serves for the integration and coordination of the body activities. In vertebrates, the anterior region of the nerve cord is specialized to form a cerebral vesicle or brain, which is enclosed by a protective bony or cartilaginous cranium. The posterior part of the nerve cord becomes the spinal cord and protected within the vertebral column. Number two characteristic feature is notochord. First one was nerve cord. Number two, notochord or chorda dorsalis. The notochord is an elongated rod-like flexible structure extending the length of the body. It is present immediately beneath the nerve cord and just above the digestive canal. It originates from the ectoderm roof of the embryonic archenteron. Structurally, it is composed of large vacuolated notochordial cells containing a gelatinous matrix and surrounded by an outer fibrous and an inner elastic sheath. This I will show you in the figure. The notochord is the primary diagnostic feature of the phylum Chordata, which derives its name from it. It serves as a support or internal skeleton and is not to be confused with the nerve cord. Protochordates have a typical notochord. In adult vertebrates, it is surrounded or replaced by the vertebral column. And number third characteristic feature is pharyngeal gill slits. Number one, nerve cord. Number two, notochord. And number three is pharyngeal gill slits. So, in all the chordates at some stage of their life history, a series of paired lateral gill clefts or gill slits perforated through the pharyngeal wall of the gut behind the mouth. It means that at some stage of the life, all the chordates, including us, we possessed pharyngeal gill slits. So you can ask, sir, we do not have pharyngeal gill slits right now with us. In the embryonic stage of the development, we possessed not only pharyngeal gill slits, we also had notochord. Okay, but later on, notochord and pharyngeal gill slits disappears in the development of human life. So I will repeat it. In all the chordates, at some stage of their life history, a series of paired lateral gill clefts or gill slits perforate through the pharyngeal wall of the gut behind the mouth. These are variously termed as pharyngeal, branchial, or visceral clefts or pouches. They serve primarily for the passage of water from the pharynx to outside, thus bathing the gills for the respiration. The water current secondarily aids in filtering for feeding or by retaining food particles in the pharynx. So it acts also as a water goes inside the gill slits, and behind that there is a collection mechanism. So if any food particle, any organic particle comes through the water, fishes does like this. They trap it for their food. So in protochordates, for example, branchiostoma and lower aquatic vertebrates, the gill slits are functional throughout the life. But in higher vertebrates, they disappear or become modified in the adult with the acquisition of pulmonary respiration. The above three common features appear during early embryonic life of all the chordates, but all the three features rarely persist in the adult. For example, branchiostoma. Often they are modified or even lost in the adult stages of the higher chordates. The notochord disappears during development in the most vertebrates, while the nerve cord and the pharyngeal gill clefts or their derivatives remain in the adult. These three common chordate characters were probably the characteristics of the ancestral chordates. They distinguish chordates from all other animals and appear to reveal their common ancestry. So in the next section we will discuss the characters common to the chordates and higher non-chordates. Okay, so there are some characters which are common between the higher non-chordates and chordates. Thank you.